What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Suit Up Geeks podcast. Today we are doing a spoiler-heavy review of the premiere of Miss Marvel. Guys, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, come back, listen to our review, because we are breaking it down, and man, was it good. Joining me, I got my man at Marcellus on Twitter. He is Low. What's up, Low?
Yeah. I had a hell of a lot of stuff to catch up on. I'm doing my Jurassic rewatch. I'm watching Obi-Wan. I'm watching Miss Marvel. But all in all, I've had a great time, man. I'm excited to break this down.
Yeah, man. Lots and lots to talk about. Then we've got my man, Batnips. He is at Just Ryan again on Twitter. What's up, Ryan?
Yo, what's going on? And it's kind of weird seeing that we're talking about Miss Marvel now, especially having it be announced in 2019. Yeah. And gone through the pandemic, gone through the first year of the Disney Marvel Plus TV shows, and now we're finally here, baby.
Love it, man. Guys, if you're watching us live like Kyle, please be sure to comment, react with us, talk with us. We're breaking down our top takeaways. We're talking about our favorite moments. We're going to grade this and maybe throw in some predictions. I'll be honest, I love predictions. I don't have a fucking clue where this is going, but I'm in for the ride. But anyway, Kyle says this show is what the MCU needed. It is a palate cleanser. Was very unmoved by Moon Knight, to be honest. Interesting. I actually really enjoyed Moon Knight. But keep the comments coming. We're going to be here for a while. I'll throw it to you, Lo. What were some of your general impressions of the Miss Marvel premiere?
Oh, man, it was a blast. It had this infectious energy that, like Kyle was saying, it's definitely what the MCU needed. Not that Moon Knight wasn't good, but there was a darkness to the Moon Knight, and we touched upon that with all the trauma that character went through. This was just a breath of fresh air, of nice young face. Iman Vellani she's a rock star. She has charisma. She's goofy. She's charming. She's got a whole personality to her that's really lovable. Anybody can get behind her, and the direction I really, really like. It reminded me of James Gunn in the Suicide Squad. Lots of fun details with how they're showing text, not just little blocks of words on the screen like most films do. We're getting it in the sky, on the walls, and the graffiti, and the texts are appearing in her windows, and there's this energy to this show that it's really fun. All the superhero stuff aside, this is a really fun tale. I'm having a good time getting to know this nerdy kid that's standing for Carol Danvers. It's really fun.
Love it. What about you, Ryan? Do you have any first just general impressions before we get into our favorite moments?
I'm going to say this here because this isn't a complaint towards the show. It's a complaint towards I just want to say comic book stuff and the way they're pushing all their shows, Peacemaker included, even though that was 8 episodes. I'm kind of sick of the plot device being pushed where our titular character might not be the first rendition of the character. This is an origin story, but it's not an origin of the character. I'll say this now because it kind of ties into what I think the season might lead up to, and a lot of stuff regarding the power in her bracelet. But overall, I thought this was a really good premiere. Some okay CG, it's fine. You can look over, but Iman Vellani just fucking shines in this role, bro. And I gotta say, her relationship and just chemistry with the entire cast all around, everyone individually with each other, and not just Iman with everyone else. It's everyone together. They all just work so well. And I kind of hope, what was the guy friend's name? I don't remember his name.
I don't remember either, to be honest.
But I kind of hope
wait, her friend?
Yeah, her friend, the guy.
Bruno.
Yeah, it was Bruno, yeah.
Bruno. I kind of hope that they just don't sideline him as that secondary character who's fucking the assistant to the main superhero. It kind of seems like they're setting him up to be a super smart character and someone who's obviously vivacious enough to do something. But you know what? Gabe's just a fucking hater in this chat, I just gotta say. And I don't know. I hope that they do something much more than just let him be a secondary character, but also I want them to build off the friendship and not make it into a relationship, because I think they work really well off each other as that butting head duo. There was a third character friend in there, but I feel like they just like kept forgetting about her. It was kind of funny. She kept popping in and out in random scenes. I'm like, who the fuck are you? But yeah, I thought it was a great premiere.
Gabe says the visuals really reflect her personality. Movies tend to struggle to make texting visually appealing. This movie cracked the show cracked the formula, I think. Oh, Gabe thinks there's a romantic moment there. I definitely agree.
Unfortunately, I agree too. By the way,
we'll see. I don't I don't know where this show is headed just yet, but that's definitely on the table. I thought it was an absolutely phenomenal premiere. You could just tell from the jump. There's just so much heart and charm with the characters here. The creators and directors of this show clearly have a lot of love for Kamala Khan. And I think it really shined on the small screen. I think this is probably the first MCU project in a while that made me that showed me an immense amount of heart. And I'm just here for it. Like, what was the last project from the MCU that has this level of heart?
Well, can I add to that? I was just thinking about that because the one thing that I think that stands out other than the visual and all that about the show than any of the other shows, all the other shows within the first episode set up an entire antagonist for the season. Within this show, it makes me question if there's really an antagonist and more of an actual origin story for her trying to understand her powers, but also trying to live that high school life and trying to balance it, more of that Spider-Man Peter Parker life.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, definitely the coming of age John Hughes vibes, in full effect here. How do you pronounce it? Iman Vellani?
Iman Vellani. Yeah.
Iman Vellani. I thought just an amazing casting. I love the style of this show. It was kind of like the child of like Lizzie McGuire meets Clarissa Explains It All. If you're old and you remember that show, it's a phenomenal show when I was a kid back in the 90s. I'm just excited to get a superhero that is genuinely excited about being a superhero. Like, she gets her powers and she's more than excited to use them, and that is really, really fun. And I really also enjoyed her parents. I think this character Kamala Khan is just immediately relatable. Like, a teenager making their parents cry. Like, everyone can freaking relate to that as a character. I enjoyed her dad. I thought her dad was really funny, like dressed up in the Hulk costume, like as a fellow girl dad. I was like, he deserves more respect. That was a legit costume. There's just a lot to like in this. And I said this during our trailer reaction earlier today. Like, I think the pieces are in place for me to just absolutely fall in love with this show. And I'm already in love, but even head over heels in terms of making this the best MCU project TV show yet. So before we get into best moments, does anybody have any other comments before we get into best moments?
Just touching on what you're getting at, like the family dynamic was really strong. It almost felt like they've been doing this for years. Like, it felt like I've known them for a while and I just met them in the screen for 5 minutes. But the brother, the mom, the dad, and I love like all the cultural aspects. Like, there's a lot of like cultural things with certain cultures, for lack of better words. Bringing the friend over but offering them food, and the friend says no, but it's like, oh, we're gonna give you food anyway. It's like, that's very much a thing in my household, and I know other cultures do that as well. And I just love that dynamic. The family play off each other really well.
And I thought, oh no, go ahead, Deebs.
Just real quick, I thought the culture aspect. I like how they leaned into what it's like to live in a different culture, but it wasn't like it wasn't too heavy. Like, it was like, I thought the director did a really good job of like finding that balance. Like, it was, you got the references. There was some dialogue about some of the struggles there, but I thought it was necessary to kind of understand who Kamala is, but it wasn't like beating you over the head with it. It was just really, really well done. And I think it's just a tease of what's to come positively. Go ahead, Ron.
No, I just want to say I think this is also just a different look at the MCU as a whole. And I guess we kind of had the same conversation as a community back in 2016 with Spider-Man. Because with Spider-Man, when he was introduced in Civil War, he was that super giddy teenager, and that was the first time we really saw a teenager react to the MCU. But now we're seeing a teenager react to the MCU after Thanos, and now this is like the next level within that type of Peter or younger high school story arc of an MCU character that I feel like that they might be going towards forward. And I'm really curious because, like I said, they talk so much. There's so much about the MCU within this one episode alone. Like, come on, bro. You guys have to mention Spider-Man swinging around New York City at one point. It's been too long. He's had 3 solo films. He's been a part of multiple movies, and no one has mentioned him swinging around New York City. Marvel hates Spider-Man swinging around New York City. # confirmed.
Probably have to pay for extra or something.
Honestly, I'll pay an extra $2 just to see the motherfucker swing for 2 minutes.
How about Kamala? Okay, Loretta, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, really quick, I wanted to respond to this, because Gabe doesn't understand how he likes the line, but he doesn't understand why the mom would tell her to stop being cosmic, and I feel like it was a metaphor, like because her head's in the clouds, her head's she's off in outer space with
Loretto, can you hold that for like till the end? Can you hold that conversation till the end? Because I've got a whole thing on
nice.
that you're bringing up. It goes into the theories, but
yeah.
I don't want to talk about theories right now because I don't know. I think the thing about this episode is it's just a fucking fresh breath of air. And Loretto, when you were comparing it to what'd you compare it to again? The show
in the beginning?
Yeah, like with the words coming out and stuff like. What'd you compare it to?
Shoot. Oh, Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad did that too. Like they use real world elements to show text and stuff like that.
So I saw a tweet and I'm like, I can't believe I didn't think about this because this perfectly embodies Spider-Verse. The entire opening, that too,
right? Yeah.
I think it poured out of the screen a little bit more just because of that more neon artistic style along with the words coming out. And I think they had not the comic type fonts, but they went for a more comic-y type font. So I felt like that was a nice different change of pace with the show. And I feel like with the not DC EU Plus, I was about to say Disney Plus. Why was I about to extend it so much? But I feel like with the Disney Plus shows is we got Miss Marvel and then we got She-Hulk and I Am Groot next. These shows are really pushing a different genre than we've seen Phase 4 have recently. Miss Marvel is way more lighthearted. She-Hulk seems to be way more lighthearted. A comedy 30-minute cop drama, fourth breaking the wall. And then I Am Groot. I don't remember if it's animated or not. I think it's an animated short TV show that releases the same day. But like these are very oriented, pushing towards the younger audience. And I'm really curious to see what Marvel does with this now in Phase 4 because it's been a little bit darker. I feel like because we had Endgame and then right after Endgame we had the pandemic, it really messed with Phase 4's beginning. Obviously it had everything shifted around, but I really feel like you didn't feel the impact as much of the snap when we first picked back up after the Black Widow movie, like you get in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. I feel like WandaVision's the most we've gotten from a post-Thanos MCU, which still wasn't much. So I'm kind of curious now to see if they're going to stop saying, oh, remember that we were all dusted, half of us, for 5 years. I wonder if they're just going to leave that shit behind and move towards this lighter, more put together and built, happier cinematic universe because of Endgame.
And that's probably why it's so refreshing, right?
Yeah.
Like, beaten with a drum with, characters dealing with PTSD, tragedy, trauma, all the above. And now we get a show that's so lighthearted and full of heart, just a complete contrast. Like Caitlin said here, hold on, where'd it go? There was a comment. I thought so. Anyway, we have Caitlin in the house. Thanks for joining, Caitlin. She says it gave her Spider-Verse vibes. Gabe says, does anyone think
Absolutely not, bro. Absolutely not.
during the con
But
season? I've never seen the boys.
I want to say, I don't know. I don't know how the fucking bully survived. She got her ass handed to her by the Thor of Hammer. No, Thor.
Yeah, she got wrecked.
Bro, she literally just got smacked into a wall and then fell face first into a cosmic board.
Like, she should probably have a couple broken ribs and like collapsed lung or something. But
and like,
really quickly, I really like that you brought that up earlier, Rye, because I just want to say I'm here for this because everyone complained how stale superhero movies are getting, and I just like the direction that Phase 4 is in. I like that it's all over the place. Like there's Shang-Chi and Eternals and Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and Moon Knight and Loki and WandaVision. I love that it's everywhere and here and there, and it's different. I'm here for it. So
I would say, so Caitlin says maybe the hammer was made of foam. If it was made of foam, I don't think it would have dragged her. Like, bro, that thing fucking impacts her. That thing takes her up to the moon and into the wall. I feel bad. When I saw that, I'm like, Kamala, you should have just taken the hit. Holy shit.
She looked like Wile E. Coyote in like some sort of cartoon.
Yes.
She was like literally stuck to it.
She was like this. She was just like hugging it. Like she was. I still can't get over that moment, and it makes me think. This is me just saying a statement. This is no criticism or anything before anyone thinks about that. I just find it funny and interesting that they chose to have Kamala move to the side when that thing was coming down. Like, she didn't try to push her over. Like, she didn't just get startled with her and get hit, which would probably almost cause her to catch the bullet. Like, I feel like there's so many different scenarios for Kamala to have gone, and to have her just like step to the side and let the bully eat shit just seems, I don't want to say completely out of character, but just doesn't seem like the character that they're trying to set up. Someone that's excited to be a hero, and like, you obviously know that you have abilities. You're just like fucking whipping that shit out in front of the audience now. And so I don't know. I feel like once you realize you have abilities, I wouldn't be afraid to take a fucking hit. That's all I'm gonna say.
But I think, you know, she's not really a hero yet. You know, maybe she wants to be, but there's a mental
it's more
to it.
It's more of a general statement that, I don't know, like, she didn't even make like an effort. Was it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just don't mind me.
Yeah, because I think in the moment, right, like, she doesn't have that courage yet, and we'll probably see that progression as the season goes on.
And it'll probably be something along the lines of like turning red.
Loretto, I want to believe you, man, but they have not proven you right with some of these shows and with these 6 episode runs. I'm sorry, Loretto. I want to believe you with that, but I will say the thing that's looking bright within this first episode, along compared with the villain thing with the first episode of all the other shows, is this one really doesn't bring in too many characters. It doesn't introduce too many side plots. So I am cautiously optimistic that they don't start adding more in the second episode and in the third episode. And they kind of keep it more to that grounding, contain more of that Kamala Khan, where it's not an actual villain and her trying to find the power within herself to be that hero, and that's not getting her ass kicked by a villain or saving a bus full of people. It's finding the strength within herself and learning to control the power that I think would be more interesting for this character. But some of these shows have proven that might not always be the case.
Yeah, I think there's going to be direct parallels to like Spider-Man, all that kind of stuff. Like her deciding whether or not she should be a superhero or be who her mom and dad want her to be, and different things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be so much fun. Caitlin says she's only discovering her abilities, doesn't know how to control them yet. I like that it's pretty straightforward, and it's a coming of age story, 100%. No doubt about it. Let's go into best moments. Lead us off, Ryan. What was your favorite moment of the premiere?
So my favorite moment was, I saw this in the trailer and I was really curious to just know how it played within the context of the story or whichever episode it was in. So I was glad to see it. It was when she first puts the bracelet on, you see the power go through her. And I don't know, I still don't really understand what she did, but she goes like backwards into like the temporal rift version of the universe and then back into reality. And then I think Iman Vellani plays it really well. Like, holy shit, bro, what just happened? And I just thought it was really fun and just shows that Iman can play the characters funny suit well, especially within that coming of age story that they're setting up. I thought it also looked really good too from a visual standpoint. And I hope if that's like some little world or universe that the cosmic wristband, whatever the power thing they're going for this season is, because like I said, there's going to be some things about that within. Not spoilers. Why do I keep thinking spoilers? But you guys get my point. But yeah, I just really hope they go into whatever that planet universe is, if it is a planet universe, because I thought it was really cool and I love that scene so much.
Yeah, that was my favorite scene as well. I'll just go right ahead and just kind of like continue on that. Like I think just any scene with Kamala Khan was just terrific. I thought she stole the show. Honestly, like my main takeaway from the premiere was like Marvel has to step up their game with how they're writing Captain Marvel. Like you have Monica Rambeau, you have Scarlet Witch, now you have Kamala Khan. They're running laps around Allison Brie, right? So for me, like, where does Captain Marvel go from here? They are.
I mean,
can you deny that?
No, Brie Larson, Allison Brie is a completely different person.
Allison Brie is my wife.
She's really cool, by the way.
But that's it. Like you look at Captain Marvel and she's so bland and boring. Like then you get to Kamala Khan and she's like vibrant and sassy and a teenager and going through all there's relatability. Like I just think the big takeaway here is like they have to really crush all the pressure is on Captain Marvel now moving forward because this character is amazing.
Deeb, you bring up Captain Marvel, which is a good thing too, because this series, I mean, I think we're playing the same Russian roulette game we do with every season of a show. Is it a season or is it a series of a show? But this is the end of this season is going to lead into Captain Marvel 2.
Definitely.
So I'm very curious to know how they're going to start connecting that, because they're going to have to start doing it soon, because there's nothing else connecting whatever storyline she's going to connect to with Captain Marvel in between this and Captain Marvel 2 in February. So I'm really curious to see how they set up her own story arc throughout this season and how they also set up her plot line to move forward in the next Captain Marvel film, because she's got to be fucking powerful by the next film. Right? Because she's going to be with Photon and she's going to be with Captain Marvel. So I'm really curious to see how they handle her powers and do all that.
Caitlin says, I teared up during the family scene with her dad dressed up as Hawkman. That guy went all out with the facial paint, man. That was a really
poor Abu.
I was impressed. I like that they gave a cosmic edge to her powers, but otherwise it might be too similar to Reed. 100%. No question about that. She's going to be in the Marvels. Monica Rambeau. That was like one of the big positives of WandaVision was making me care more for the Marvels because Monica Rambeau is sensational.
Deep, I will say that they're making a very good case for us to watch Captain Marvel 2 for not Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
like, bro, I want to see Monica. I can't wait to see. I want to see her in space. I want to see Amon again. And plus, I wonder when she gets the suit too, because she gets it within the show, and I wonder who gives her the suit. I wonder if it's going to be her friend who makes it. But I think they kind of hinted that he's not very crafty like that, but yet he is at the same time. So I don't really know.
What about you, Loretto? What was your favorite moment?
So to be honest, like I don't have exactly like the favorite scene, but I did want to highlight like my favorite thing about what I saw in this premiere is like I love that she's a dreamer. And I love the visualization of her fantasies, her staring at the wall, and then she literally starts seeing like stars, and she sees like a little doodle of Captain Marvel fly across the wall while her guidance counselor is talking to her. Those kind of visual flares to her daydreaming is awesome, because I was a daydreamer. Like my mom or my teacher was always like, "Hey, Loretto, pay attention." And I'm like, "What? Hi, I'm here." You know, I was like that, and I think that aspect's very relatable for me. But if I did have to choose a scene, I definitely like how fun and how energetic and how Edgar Wright-esque the moment was when she was explaining her plan. It reminded me very much of it very much reminded me of like Shaun of the Dead. Like, all right, look, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna pick up Liz, we're gonna kill Philip, and then we're gonna get in the Jag, go to the Winchester. Like, that's what it felt like, and like with the way it was cut was really fast paced, and like she was drawing.
Wait,
out
are
her
you
plan.
talking? Oh, you're talking about in the beginning? That wasn't her plan. She was talking about her obsession with Captain Marvel saving the day in Endgame.
No. I'm talking about when she was planning to like go to Avengers Con, and she's like, "All right, at 5:30, I'm gonna make up an alibi to leave the dinner table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go upstairs. We're gonna ride the bikes, get on
Be
the
back
bus,
by
and they like
22.
yeah, and then they fly on the bus like in her visual, and then like Bruno's like, "Wait, we're gonna jump onto the bus?" Like, so it's like that was really fun. I liked that sequence for sure.
Do you think they reference "We Don't Talk About Bruno" in this show?
I
No.
hope not. I
No?
really hope not. Like, that's such a low hanging fruit.
If they do,
like,
it's literally bottom MCU instantly. I'm sorry. All the creative that went into this is just gone with the one joke. You guys ruined it. Sorry.
All right, let's go into grades. Before we get into like predictions, Loretto, lead us off. How would you grade the premiere out of 10?
oh man, I'm not on the train yet to say this is like top 2, top 3 MCU shows. You know, Loki has my heart. WandaVision's right there. I just rewatched that and it's amazing. But premiere wise, this is one of the stronger premieres. I think this was much stronger than, let's say, Moon Knight or Falcon the Winter Soldier, Hawkeye even, because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember the Hawkeye premiere. But the energy, the charisma of Iman Vellani, the chemistry of her and her family, and even Bruno. I really like everything that we've seen so far, and I also like that they did a post-credit scene for this premiere. Most premieres don't do that. They usually do the post-credit later, so it kind of really
they did a post-credit for this.
Hold up.
Yeah, there's a post-credit for this.
post-credit?
It's really short, but it's kind of exciting. So
Oh my god, I did not even know that.
Bro, I'm literally.
yeah, if you guys go ahead, guys, go watch it really
Pull it
quick.
up on my iPad right now.
There's a
Wait.
really quick post-credit sequence. I liked it.
Wait, is it
And-
actually worth it though?
Well, it's not like a whole lot of news,
No,
but
but, like,
it got me
but-
excited for the next episode.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. You can
Yeah,
keep
no, but
talking,
when you get a
I'm
chance, check it
listening.
out. It's like it got me hyped because when it cut, I was like ready to go, and I was just like you, Dives. I was like, "Fuck, I love this show." So with that being said, a lot of hyperbole there. Sorry, I'm really excited about it, but a solid 9 for me. It's a solid 9. It's one of my favorite premieres out of all the shows so far. So. Oh, Dives is watching it. So while Dives is watching, Caitlin says WandaVision is still her number 1 show. She's telling us, watch it now, watch it now.
I just did. Okay. So
See, like, dude, isn't that? I was like, oh, like it got me going. I was like, let's go. I can't wait for episode 2. Like,
yeah, that looks really interesting.
by the
Like-
way, Dives, since you guys didn't know about the post-credit scenes, did you guys at least watch the credits?
Yeah.
Because
Remember,
the
to be honest.
credits were really cool, and there was a Trust a Bro truck that like literally drives by before.
Oh,
it says,
really?
like, Marvel presents, yeah.
So I gotta say that post credit, I'm not shocked because I remember a few days ago, since it premiered today, they confirmed that he was coming back from No Way Home for this show as the damage control agent.
Cool.
So that is cool though. I'm really glad
Yeah,
they did
like-
that because yeah.
Most Marvel premieres don't have that. They wait till like episode 4 or 5 to do a post credit.
Like I said, I think they're trying to take a different approach with this show. I think Loki was the only one to have a post credit scene, not in the finale, but have it like in the second episode or something.
Interesting. I didn't even think to look for one. That is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, baby, we got.
Here we go.
The robot found us. Block it.
Here we
block it.
go. Block it all. Shut it down. For
Yeah,
me,
no, you know
Go
what hooked me? Sorry. What hooked me was the post credit, the credits leading up to the post credit looked really cool. So I just kept watching, and then all of a sudden the scene came on. I was like, oh shit! Like it was a pleasant surprise. So.
what was your grade?
Oh, I gave it a solid 9.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Just piggyback. it was everything I wanted. I've been so excited for the show. I just think the creators absolutely nailed this character. Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop was awesome. I think this is even up a notch of that. I think it's that good. I'm all about characters, man. I love me some good characters, and I think this show is going to deliver that. We got it with Moon Knight. I think we're going to get it with Miss Marvel. And man, I'll definitely be first in line to buy tickets to Avengers Con because that shit was off the hook. They were having a blast. What about you, Ryan?
No, yeah, I think I'm thoroughly surprised. Like, I don't want to say, like, I was kind of indifferent feeling about this show. I didn't really feel a way about it premiere. Like, the trailers were cool. I guess I like the more comic-y, vibrant style that they were going for, but I wasn't really sold on everything else. It just kind of looked like they're introducing a new character into the MCU, but I really think that they're doing something unique with this show and something that might not totally be different in retrospect of 2022, but it's different for what the MCU's been doing for the entire phase 4, and it feels different while not just creatively, but just story-wise. Really nice. You love all the characters. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for that. I love it.
Nice. All right.
Hey, has that ever happened?
I don't know. Probably not. Definitely not. I want to give a quick shout out to Laura Cartman because her score for this show is unbelievable so far.
Wow.
It's so well done. I can't wait to
her score. Oh, I thought you meant
she's the composer. And she did What If? She did some other things too.
Nice. Hey, What If was awesome. I liked the score for that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was a good score.
She also did I just saw it. Hold on. She did Lovecraft Country.
Nice.
And she's also going to do the Marvels. Oh, that's interesting. So
hell yeah.
This is probably going to carry over in some themes here. I wonder
is she doing the Marvels by herself, or is she part of it? Oh, she's doing it fully by herself.
So I'm curious if we get a new Captain Marvel score and it's going to carry over into the Marvels. That's probably a good bet. All right, let's go into predictions. I think the obvious prediction here is the bracelet. And it's it being tied to the 10 rings. Did anybody else get those vibes?
No.
Like that's kind of where I was at with my head. And
we're two different directions.
Interesting. Yeah, I that's how I got it. That's like the bracelet, the ring. You know, where does it come from? The mysterious origin, like we saw in Shang-Chi. Like I think that is the connective tissue there somehow. And I'm gonna throw it to you, Ryan. You like you're ready. Well, what's your feeling?
I'm gonna make my case, and I want at least one of you to rewatch the episode and pay attention to the mom and Amani whenever they're talking regarding the bracelet or the box the bracelet's in, because the mom acts overly suspicious, and the way she speaks about the bracelet to Imani or the box is your mind's above the clouds like your Nani, and that's who she got the box from. So I'm thinking maybe Nani had the bracelet before, obtained the power, but the thing that I'm trying to figure out is, did she give up the power because the power is solely within the bracelet? Because I know with rings, like I'm gonna rewatch the episode, check that out. Because
where's that?
I gotta rewatch that part.
There's a bunch regarding this wristband, because in the comics she doesn't get the wristband. She just doesn't.
No, it's a complete new origin.
Yeah, completely different origin. So I really feel like they could take it in a different direction. So I'm curious to see if I feel like right now they have a chance to bail out from using the gauntlet as their power to evolve towards having it be the bot within and not just from the bracelet. And I think that really just comes down to what the origin with her Nana or Nina is.
You know what's funny, Rye? I like that you touched on that, because it did remind me of something, and I don't want this to be seen as a negative. Don't hear what I'm not saying.
No, it's a negative.
Don't hear what I'm not saying, but it reminded me of Harry Potter a little bit. Like the uncle and auntie like knew Harry was a wizard, but they didn't want him to know, and they were trying
No,
to
that's
keep him.
exactly what I got.
You
Those
know
are
what
the
I'm saying?
vibes
They're
I
trying to
got.
keep
No,
him
yeah.
away from the magical
That's why I
stuff.
said
Like,
this. They're like, here, you got the box, but the thing in there, don't touch it.
right, and she called it junk. She was like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Just put it
yeah.
upstairs."
She,
Like,
she seemed very off-putting of it, like very pushed
But
back. Like she wanted to make sure that she did, like she was making sure she didn't go in there, but she was trying to say like seem nonchalant about it. And that's the thing that keeps bothering me is I know the mother knows something more that I feel like they had a lot of it comes from learning what happened to Nani. Is she dead? Is she alive? I think she's alive with the way they talk about it, but maybe they had a falling out because of the powers. You know what I mean? Or something happened to her and she wants Kamala to stay away from it. And so she sent the bracelet to her to like hold on for safekeeping, not thinking Kamala would like get her hands on it or something.
I kind of like the theory Loretto just said, just for the simple fact that we've seen how protective the mom is over Kamala. You know, she's literally said like she's trying to protect herself from herself.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something more to that. I was not even thinking that.
Shouts out to Zenobia Shroff. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right, but she's the mom, and
Great.
she's really good. She's really
So
like
good.
endearing, but also that she gives these glances to Kamala and almost to the camera, like there's something there, like she's hiding something. It's very interesting.
like it.
Also, real quick, I want to give a shout out to her brother, who I thought she had a great relationship with, and they didn't do enough of within this episode. And I hope they do more with him because he kind of just seems like that cool brother that understands the culture, but he's just like so laid back that he's just like, you don't have to do that. And like even the dad too, he's like, you don't have to look in the mirror every time you walk past it. And then the mom walked by, she's like, yes, you do, sweetheart. And it's that small banter going around the family circle that I kind of just like thrive off of it. It's just so fun, and you really get a good sense of all their personalities.
Caitlin says Amanda went into this in a review in episode 2. I guess they go deeper into this origin story in episode 2. I can't wait. I have no problems with this story kind of taking on a new origin for Miss Marvel. I have no problems whatsoever. I'm like Loretto said, I'm here for it. What about you, Lo? Do you have any gut feelings or vibes where this series is heading?
To be honest, you guys know this. I'm not much of a theories and predictions guy, but I will say that I agree with Ryan. I hope that the friendship with Bruno stays platonic, but I think we're gonna get a little bit of drama for sure because he definitely gave her a glance like, oh, I freaking like you, but oh, I'm shy. And like there was a moment he looked at her, like it almost looked like he wanted to kiss her, and I was like, I'm glad they cut it and they just kept going on with their day, on the rooftop there. But I think as the season progresses, he might have to show the longing, but I hope they stay platonic. And also, I want to mention, you guys are talking about how this is going to lead into Captain Marvel 2. I think somewhere in the middle there, Secret Invasion definitely has to play a part. And I'm not sure if we're going to get any seeds for Secret Invasion here. So I think that'll be interesting.
Also, I think this show in character is encapsulated in the one line. I'm a brown girl from New Jersey City. And I just love that line so much because I think that perfectly represents what this show wants to be. That's exactly who she is. And they want to show that there's pride in that. And I think even like, yeah, I love it so much. And you gotta wonder, do you think they might throw like some Westview stuff in there? Because I know Westview is in Jersey within the MCU.
Oh, I didn't even go there. Yeah,
that just hit my head, by the way. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So,
well, yeah, that's kind of like where my head was.
God, bro, hold up! I just came up with something in my head.
I remember talking about this a long time ago when we were talking about Westview.
Yes, we did talk. It was in our theories. I remember.
Yeah, we talked about this. How like that was gonna that event was gonna lead to
and give her the powers, but that's obviously not what they did. But
no.
I'm curious to know what they do if they pull Skrulls into this, because Skrulls pulled Photon into the next film. Nick Fury. Do we know if Nick Fury is in the next Captain Marvel, by the way?
It's not confirmed, but he is going to be in Secret Invasion. That's why I'm thinking they might tie in together, maybe a bridge.
That's
Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah, so I'm thinking right now it really looks like Secret Invasion might be just coming after Captain Marvel 2 at this point. So I think Captain Marvel 2 might be that connective tissue. So, and we know Talos is in connections with Nick Fury, but we don't really know too much about the Captain Marvel's movie in terms of who really any of the supporting cast are, who's coming back. We only really know who's behind the cameras and our three main leads.
Well,
and
there's a rumor that Rogue is going to be the villain.
See, I heard that, but I don't know who that is.
What? Rogue from X-Men.
Oh, that Rogue?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
And also, Rye, when you watch the cartoon, she's super strong and she's really like she can fly. She steals those powers from Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, like I never knew that.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be huge. Hey, Christian's in the house.
Oh.
What's up, Christian?
Christian says Miss Marvel is a badass. I fully agree. Go check out Film Optics, please.
Yes, they're awesome. Really quickly, guys, because I don't want to go too long here, but I actually have a question. It's not a prediction. It's a question, though. Would you guys be upset? Because, like I mentioned in the credits of this episode, there's a Trust a Bro truck. Would you guys be upset if she runs into the Tracksuit Mafia?
Oh, yes.
They're so funny, though.
They're not funny.
They're like, hey, look, bro. What are you doing here, little girl, bro? I don't know.
Watch, she's gonna watch when she becomes like she gets her outfit for the first time. She's taking out baddies for the first time. She's gonna run into them, and they're gonna make a line drop to Hawkeye saying, "God damn it, this happened again." And first it was the guy with the arrow. The second time it was a girl. It was a girl that can make a big fist.
I'm just telling you, if Kamala Khan's chasing around LARPers and getting costumes from LARPers, we're gonna have problems. I can't go there. I can't go there anymore. Sorry, that was not for me.
I'm really excited though, just like in the general aspect, to see where this show goes, because I think it's kind of relieving to not have a seasonal antagonist per se, and kind of just have a self journey. And I feel like in the current state of the MCU, it's hard to do those, and especially for newer, younger characters, that honestly is a risk for Marvel. Because I saw some comments this morning from some people like over like super Christian Facebook groups going after this show and canceling it because they don't think that a Muslim should be a superhero. Like that's the type of crazy shit that is you sit here and but you just love to see this type of shit thrive because of that. And
the other thought in my head would be you think of spoilers for Doctor Strange.
Fuck spoilers, bro. It's almost at $1 billion.
Doctor Strange, it's a female character, a young character that eventually gets Doctor Strange intertwined in everything that's happening. What if Kamala Khan is and Miss Marvel, the show that sets up the villain, it sets up, Captain Marvel's involvement for the Marvels. Maybe it's Kamala who like kind of attracts everyone into her.
Right. So the same way that America Chavez was kind of the driving force of Multiverse of Madness, maybe Kamala is the driving force for Captain Marvel 2.
Right.
So I actually, not a theory, I'll go over this quick. But now that I know about the post-credit scene, I'm thinking we might get a Captain Marvel post-credit scene in the finale.
I'd love it.
Potentially to help recruit Miss Marvel, because it seems like they're at a point within the universe, they have some sort of detection for this type of shit. And so I think Miss Marvel is going to notice everything that happened throughout the season, and she's going to be like, hey, Kamala, let's fucking go to space. So I hope that's what we get.
I mean, I think that's exactly where this is going. 100%. Like I think just looking at her as a character, like she's a young Luke Skywalker. Like she wants to go to the stars. Like she dreams of going to the stars. That's who she wants to be. So I think that's all in play.
This might be wishful thinking, and maybe you guys aren't on board with this, but dude, if Captain Marvel, if Brie Larson shows up in episode 4 and takes her off and they do an adventure like Ahsoka did in Mando, I'm all for that too. It doesn't have to be post credit.
See, but
if she's in this show, hell yes.
Like, you see, like I feel like that feels like a very Star Wars story thing.
It does. Yeah.
And like that's funny I say that though, because I feel like within Disney Plus, that's a very Star Wars story plot line to do rather than MCU. MCU is pretty, I don't want to say linear, but like they don't just completely ditch the storyline for one or two episodes like they did in the Book of Boba Fett.
Wishful thinking, but
yeah.
Kaylin says, I do want this show to be contained and not linked to everything.
I was thinking that too, by the way, that the scrolls might come in and pick her up at the end like they did with Monica. But I feel like the only reason why they might not do that is because it would just feel the same as the WandaVision one at that point. I don't think they want to do that.
Kaylin does not want Captain Marvel to show up.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm biased. I love Brie Larson. Just I don't know.
I love her too, but
all right, let's wrap it up, guys. Lead us off, Ryan. Plugs. What do you got going on, man?
Nothing, guys. Just chilling, busy every day, every week. Chilling, talking movies, all that great shit. Talking here, love it so much, and we got a double feature tonight. It's going good. You guys can check me out on Twitter at Just Ryan again. And yeah, we'll see you in like 5. I'll see you in like 10 minutes.
Loretta, I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah. I'm now reporting and writing for The Cinema Spot. Please check it out at thecinemasspot.com, on Twitter at The Cinema Spot. I got a lot of great stuff going. I'm gonna eventually do a review for Prey. That's coming up soon on Hulu. Can't wait to do that. And we have our Obi-Wan review in about 10 minutes, and we also have a brand new episode of Roundup on this channel this Sunday. So I'm excited. Follow me on Twitter at Marcellus Durden and my letterbox at Marcellus Durden.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us on YouTube at the Suit Up Geeks YouTube channel. We're about to literally ending this and then starting our episode 4 review of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you've still got like an hour or so. You still got you're good, man. But anyway,
number 1, baby.
Yeah.
Shameless Bay Area team plug.
All right, let's just wrap it up. Follow me on Twitter at Just Ryan again. It should be Bad News, but it's at Just Ryan again, and he is Loretto at Golden State Warriors. Make sure you go check him out. For Ryan, for Loretto, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.